everybody. My name is Sarah Lindley, and I'm here today to talk to you about the benefits of hunting. Hunting is a very important asset to our ecosystem. There are many benefits to hunting, and where I come from, hunting is not only fun, but it is part of our survival. Hunting is a business in itself. There was a study done in 2001, and 13 million people in the United States went out hunting and spent more than $20 billion in 1 year. The revenue from the government on licenses, taxes for ammunition, guns, all that stuff, the government makes an enormous amount of money on all the taxes involved with hunting. One of the benefits to hunting is healthy exercise. There's a lot of walking involved in hunting. People don't just, walk out to their stand, jaunt out to their stand and sit down. There's different terrains that you have to walk up and deer stands you have to climb, and there's just a lot of exercise that helps with cardio, get your heart pumping. It's also a big stress reducer. When you're sitting out listening to the birds, the breeze blowing, taking deep breaths of air, it calms a person and relaxes you a lot. Hence the calming atmosphere. When you're sitting out there and a big deer walks out, you might not be too calm anymore, but that's all the adrenaline that goes along with it. Population management. Prevent overpopulation. Overpopulation can happen when there's a dense population in an area and there's deer crossing multiple times, and guess what? There's cars on the road. So deer gets hit by a car. That deer, if it lays there, there's other critters that come around, and there's birds there and they fly up, causing damage to vehicles if they are hit. So that cost insurance costs and vehicle damages, and the DNR going out there, or the state highway going out there and picking up the dead carcass laying on the road. It prevents diseases also. Hunting seasons are usually in the fall, autumn seasons, when the deer are looking for food. It's getting colder out. The flowers and their vegetation isn't growing where they eat. So then when they're not getting their food, their immune system is not strong enough and diseases start happening. So then on to the plant species, where there's heavy deer populations, the flowers, it's all trampled down, and they don't, the plant species aren't able to grow very good, there's some other issues that go along with it, such as anesthetics that plants make, and the economic value of plants, along with the ecosystem with plants and vegetation that helps with the oxygen in our systems or in our atmosphere. License fees. License fees are continuing to go up in Minnesota. It helps with financing wildlife management for maintaining the population of the wildlife. It helps for testing for diseases when the animals need to be tested and checked, and they do a whole survey area of all the population. Well, they can't have all these conservation officers, all these management groups to go out and survey them if there's no money involved. Jobs. There's a lot of jobs that come into hunting. There's people that make ammunition, there's people that make the guns, there's people that make the hunting attire. You can go on and on and on about the hunting. There's other lodging. If people go on an out-of-state hunt or, anywhere, they need somewhere to stay, whether it be a campground or a hotel, or any kind of lodging is going to cost money, so that brings money in for that company. Guiding services, not only is that, is the money going towards jobs for somebody. My father-in-law owns a guide service, which he makes most of his money during that time. And then taxidermy, the taxidermists make money flushing and tanning and skinning and mounting all the animals that get brought in. Food, on to food. There is quite some stuff that goes along with food. It's less expensive. If you think about a pound of hamburger, it's $3.80 a pound right now. I have a few little statistics here that I looked up. The average cost of burger is $3.80. For a round steak, it's $3.99 a pound. Stew meat is $4.39 a pound, and a tenderloin is $10.99 a pound, and a roast is $3.99 a pound. So if you get 5 pounds of each of that, it comes up to $135.80. You can get, if you process your own deer, the only cost you have is for your bags, the electricity to do it, your tag, which is $31, and your shell. If it only takes one shell, it doesn't cost very much. The boxes of shells are about $25, so it's about a little over $1 for a shell. So the cost effectiveness is huge. And I found some nutritional values. Overall, venison has lower fat than beef, and it is higher in vitamins than beef. So with the saturated fat, you can increase your cholesterol and risk for heart disease, which beef is higher in saturated fats than venison is. So there's a thought for you guys. And in conclusion, I feel myself that hunting is a business in itself. You know, you have all the expenses that go along with it, but in the overall costs, it's way lower than, you know, and you get to enjoy yourself out in the woods. It's a lot of fun. The benefits to hunting, you know, enjoying yourself, going out and having fun, relaxing, shooting a big deer or bear or whatever you want to do. The cost effectiveness, you know, the beef versus the venison. You know, and I personally like venison more than beef. Reducing the dense populations. Let's cut that back. Insurance companies probably don't mind it, but you know, the deductibles kind of get kind of high. And then let's protect the ecosystem for generations to come. Keeping those plants and trees, and you know, in the wintertime the deer eat bark. Keep the trees able to grow, make that oxygen, make northern Minnesota a wonderful place to live. Thank you.